Hi everyone, it's Seke and welcome back to another video on this channel. Today I will be making a sketchbook tour since I finished the sketchbook about a month ago, but I've been super busy so I haven't been able to make one. I'm making one today anyway. So this is my sixth sketchbook and it took me way too long to finish. But yeah, let's just get started. So, first page. It's basically just my start date, which is 2025, in the 10th of February, and then I finished it the 30th of September. And yeah, I didn't follow any of this. The warnings aren't really accurate, and the goals are not accurate either. Well, I guess there are goals, but I didn't follow them anyway. Okay, so first page, I decided to do just some crazy poses that's really acrobatic. I didn't use any references for this, but yeah, I ended up just making them into demons because I thought that was it was fun, it kind of fit, and then he's standing on I guess it could be a wine bottle maybe. I thought that would just really fit the pose, so I added that. This is a comic series I wanted to do. Well, not really a series, this is more of a little personal project. So I have pet rats, and one of them, which is no longer with me, but his name was Otis, and I wanted to make a comic based on him, a rat named Siotis. Well, in Swedish, which is my language, it would be called En råtta vid namn Siotis, and Sotis is basically a play on like Ashy and Otis, kind of. It makes sense in Swedish anyway. And I started out with doing some thumbnails of how I wanted it to go, and then I started drawing, but I never really finished it. I got kind of bored, so I didn't finish it, but I did come this far. And here we have my Ocealucian carrying Pegasus, and this is just a random person basically. She's supposed to be his friend, but I haven't really settled on a design for his friend. So just random character he meets during his adventures, I guess. Now this is fun. This is from my when I graduated, and this is basically a very Swedish graduation. We have the graduation song, and then we also have the student pass for this graduation week, where there's basically a bunch of different activities. And then we have this. I got this during an open house. So basically, I volunteered to be standing at a open house for my schools, so people could come and ask questions about what I was studying for, and if they wanted to kind of give them more clarity if they wanted to go the same with me. I only ended up spending 10 Swedish crowns though, so yeah, it was for the cafeteria. And this is actually a self-portrait of me, so face reveal, guys. And then I have my friends, and basically during Swedish graduation, at the end of it, everyone in the class gets on one of these trucks, and with like this big container on the back, and you just drive around the city playing loud music and dancing. It's awesome. I miss it. For the next page, I wanted to do some figure drawings, and it turned out as it did. I really like this one though. This is really pretty. But the rest of them are kind of, you know, I hadn't drawn them much before this, so. And then we have tigers. I wanted to make some tigers because I can't draw tigers. This is gonna be a common theme. If I can't draw something, I'm just gonna draw a bunch of them. And I feel like I got better at it, but, you know. This is my boy Lucian. He is one of my favorite OCs. You saw him earlier in the book as well. And I gave him a bit of a redesign here. But the colors in this piece is just not really accurate. The wings are pretty good at least, but his skin color is just all over the place. Here it's way too dark, and here it's just not right. It's too light, kind of. He's supposed to be more of a tan color, kind of. But yeah, it is what it is. Anyways, I'm sort of happy with it, but the colors are, they could be a bit better. And here we have Kasua. This is Lucian's childhood friend, and I wanted to redesign him because I don't like his design. And I still don't like it. This is not the design I'm looking for him, but it's at least a little bit closer to what I want him to look like. So previously he actually had shorter hair and more of a piratey looking outfit, but that just doesn't fit him. It's not him, you know. So I give him this. It's more fitting to the world they're in with dragons and all of that, but it's just not, it's not it. I'll get there someday. I am really happy with this hair though. It looks so nice. I don't know how I did it, but it's just beautiful. I love it so much. I did this in gouache, and I feel pretty impressed by myself actually. And then here we have my process basically of making the outfit. I don't know how well you can see it, but yeah, this is what I did. I did a bunch of these little things, and then I did these with this little guy. Colored it in with my Crayola markers. And I mean, it turned out okay. I'm really happy with this page. Not the design so much, but the page is beautiful. And here I wanted to draw my character Tsunami, which is a horse, sort of. It's another species that I created for a world, but it's based off the horse, and this specific species is called Dreidreid selkie. I'll get to it later. But I wanted to, it's based on a North Swedish horse, so I wanted to draw a bunch of them. This one is a Shire horse though, and I believe maybe this one as well. But these two should be North Swedish horses. And then I did some more. I wanted to do some more agile horses as well. And then I did a Shire horse at the bottom because it's a more heavier breed, so it's more like closer to what Tsunami is. And here we have Tsunami. So this is the Dreidreid selkie. And basically they have really long ears and a lot of fur on like the bottom of their head and behind their elbows, and just a really fake tail. So it's basically a horse with modifications. And they're based off the North Swedish horse, so I really wanted to practice that before I drew her, because I wanted to draw her accurately. But you know, it is what it is, kind of. For my next page, I wanted to do this kind of picture where a guy is drinking wine with his niece or kid in the lap, basically, while the kid is drinking milk or juice or whatever. It's from a bottle anyway. And these are all the references. I saw this and thought it was really funny, and this one. So I wanted to make that, but I never ended up doing it. So maybe someday, not today though. Might get back to it. And these are all basically all the references that I printed out and put in here to remember if I want to go back. And then I do Spider-Man. So I wanted to practice some poses because it's been a while. At this point I had stopped drawing for a while. And I'm really happy with this. I also did a little spider web in the middle that separates these poses to these. and I think it really looks good. I think the contrast is really good and just pulls everything together. So for the next page, I wanted to do some gesture drawings. It kind of turned into a mix of gesture drawings and figure drawings, but you know, I wanted to really get that loosen up a bit, which I did here. And after that, I ended up doing this, which I'm really happy with. I feel like it has more flow in it than what I usually have, so I think it worked. I'm happy with it anyway. For my next page, it's a random character, but I started off with designing her like outfit and her color palette because I didn't have an astronaut character. I am gonna make some though. I want to make a universe where I have these it's like space themed basically. And I want to sort of pull all of my universes together into one. But I'm not sure how I'm gonna do that because they're so different and some of them have different physics than others. It's gonna be a whole thing, but maybe I'm gonna figure something out because I want them to be connected in some way. Anyways, so I really wanted to make this little spinning thing where if you spin it, it changes what you see below it. I'm really happy with it. I think it looks so cool. And she's supposed to be holding a flashlight, so you can see like these things that are hiding in space, kind of. I love it. I think it turned out so good. And yeah, I don't have much more to say about it other than finding the right colors for this one was a pain. But yeah, it turned out good, so ended well. For my next page, we have some figure drawings, and yeah, I really, really like how this pose ended up. I used a reference for it, and it just looks awesome. It really looks like he's actually like on his shoulder, kind of. He doesn't have an arm, I just realized. The hand doesn't connect to anything, but whatever, it's fine. And over here, we have my baby boy Floyd, one of my rats. He is just so precious. And I had this just laying around and I don't think I'm ever gonna actually finish it. So I decided I would just put it in here and memorize, like keep it as a memory forever. Since he is quite old, he won't be with us for much longer. So I thought, you know, this is a nice way to remember him by. Can you tell I'm getting tired of the sketchbook? I was getting so tired of the sketchbook and I just wanted it to end that I decided to do some K-pop Demon Hunter fan art. But in the universe, Rumi and the other girls managed to create this golden honeymoon that they've been talking about. And it was after she's met Gino and all of that. But basically, she doesn't want him to be that. Well, I don't know what happens. Like, it pushes him back into the demon world, I guess, the golden honeymoon. And she doesn't want that to happen. So she is protecting him from the golden honeymoon and just trying to, like, keep him in this world, I guess. And I was just so tired of the sketchbook, so I just did the whole page in this golden watercolor kind of color. It shines really beautiful. Yeah, I just wanted to finish it. More studies. I wanted to do some horse and human studies, and I think it turned out really good. I'm really happy with this one, and this one, it looks so good, and it really looks like they're interacting. For this one, I saw a bear and a girl, and I thought, you know, that looks so cool. I gotta draw that. So here we have her, and the bear. You know, it's cute. I have a character named Naomi, and this is her. She has 2 canaries, and she is disabled. Um, she has like these. She can run around if she has these leg braces on that basically keeps her legs up. Because she can't do it like really long periods of time, so she uses a wheelchair. When she's not needing to do it, she's in a universe where basically heroes are a thing, and she is trying to become a hero. Yeah, there's schools for that. It sounds a lot like My Hero Academia, but it's not, trust me. Because in this world, the so-called powers are actually coming from a virus, and this virus basically attacks your blood, and it settles in there and starts creating these kind of crystals in your blood, and it's very deadly and you will die. Most people who have it don't make it very long, more than a few years, but during the time she's living is called the glory era. This is the era of heroes and just good times. um and she has the virus, and but during this time they have come up with a way to slow it down at least. So every single person who's training to be a hero or is a hero gets priority to this kind of drug that slows it down. Since the more someone uses their power, the more it speeds up the virus, basically the process. And if you overuse it too much, then you will die because your blood will turn into like crystals. So, and it will start ripping you open from within. It's kind of gory, and yeah, but it's a really cool thing. There's multiple. I have multiple different stories in this world that I'm developing, and there's multiple different eras. There's, for an example, the Vigilante era, and then we have the Glory era and the Apocalypse era. Very different eras, but the virus is always present in them. I think it's really cool, and I want to continue her story eventually. Cats. I'm not good at drawing cats, so you know what I did? I drew a bunch of cats. Yeah, I don't have much to say more than this one. This one right here, look at it. It's so cute. It looks so dorky and I love it. I just love it so much. I'm so happy I drew that. I can't believe I drew that. Yeah. And foxes, my favorite animal, fun fact, is foxes. I love foxes so much. They are beautiful, and I just die every time I see one. I'm not very good at drawing them though, so I need to more practice. I'm not happy with these, but I'll get better at it eventually. Okay, so also dragons. I can't draw dragons. So I wanted to make a bunch of different like sort of designs, and it ended up just being a mess. And then I did this where basically this dragon has the ribs sticking out and it's fleshy and it's supposed to be kind of gory. I don't know if I'm ever using anything. Like, I might make something based on the design, I don't know. But it's there anyway. My motivation is failing me at this point. So this is Lucian. And I kind of wanted to redesign his shirt, make it really functional. And so I made it by kind of separating the shirt here that he has, and then making this flap kind of, you can pick it up. And that way he's supposed to be able to put it on in a more realistic way. It's supposed to work. Because shirts, when you have wings, are not easy to find. So I want to make a design based on that. Can't draw kids. I drew kids. I kind of like them. I mean, they look kind of good. But I need more practice because they have such weird proportions. I don't understand it. But I mean, I'm working on it. I also saw this girl in a dress on Pinterest. I'm sure a lot of you probably have seen the same picture. But I ended up liking the pose so much that I just didn't want to put the dress on. So I just finished it with this. And then I drew her with the dress down here instead. So now I wanted to work on my faces. And I drew a bunch of skulls to start off with. And after I did that, I started drawing the heads. And beards hides mistakes and turns a 5 out of 10 into a 10 out of 10 is my new philosophy. Beards are amazing because they can be wonky, they can be any shape you want, and they just work. So you want to hide, if you can't draw that jawline, give them a beard. If you think it looks wonky, give them a beard. Anyway, and also old dudes are so fun to draw. I didn't know this until I started drawing them, but they're so much fun because they have so much detail in them. I love it. And here we have more heads. Just drew a bunch of different faces, and she's so cute. All of these are Pinterest, basically. And I like him. I think the heads turn out really good. I'm gonna have to redo this because it really helped me. This one I drew while I was working. That during basically I had a night shift, and so I was really bored because there's not much to do during night shift. So I started drawing this. It was really dark where I was, so I mean, the colors are kind of weird, and I only had my like those color pencils with me, so it looks weird, but it's fine. It can look that way. And then we have geckos. These beautiful little geckos that I want to draw, and they're just so cute. I want to draw more of them, even though I'm not very good at them. I want to draw more. It's because then I will gecko. Someday I will be able to draw every single animal. That's my goal. I'm going to be drawing everything without a problem someday. And I was so bored, I just drew a cat in a box. It took me like 5 minutes to do, so. And this is gonna be a common theme. You're just gonna see random stuff basically from Pinterest from now on. We have these, which I don't know what they're called in English. But it's not, I don't think it's deers, it's something else. I'm not sure what it is though. It might be deer, actually. It might be a deer. Yeah, actually, it might be. I think it might be deer. This is not, though. This is not a deer. This is something else. These three might be. And character study. Can you see my struggle with the hands? And apparently I didn't drawing anything here. And then here, at the end of my sketchbook, I drew these thumbnails of my next sketchbook. This one right here. And you can see the video where I painted the cover on my channel. You can go check that out if you want to. And yeah, I basically just drew this. And I also did this. This is number 8. I kind of want to do this for number 8. We'll have to go back there. It's going to be like another year before I do number 8. I'm really slow. Don't expect sketchbook tours very often. And then we have the final design, kind of, that I come up with these. And, well, these as well. These are also thumbnails. And I was also struggling with whether I wanted, like, a thin bow on my sketchbook or a thick bow. I wanted it to be one thin stroke and one thick one, but I didn't know which one I wanted to be thin and thick. So I did these here to figure that out, and I ended up going with this one. And over here, basically, we just have some information because I found out about ion wind and corona discharge. which is basically, well, you can you can read it here. This is my little notes on that. I thought it was really cool, and I was thinking maybe I could do something with this for a character, because that would be cool. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have. That is the end of this sketchbook. And yeah, it took me so long to make this. It's let me see. Let me check how long it actually took. Okay, so it took me 7 months. That's too long to finish a sketchbook. But anyways, it's finished and I'm so happy. I am already loving how my next sketchbook is turning out. I will do a sketchbook tour as soon as I'm finished with it, but it will take a while because I'm only, let's see, I'm only this far into it. So yeah, not very far. It's basically nothing. But yeah, I hope you really enjoyed this video. I enjoyed it, well, making it. And yeah, you guys will have just a wonderful day. I hope you have a wonderful week as well. And I will see you next time. I have enough energy to make a video. Anyways, I'll see you later. Bye!